Hi friends, welcome back. If you're here for the first time, welcome. My name is Valrine. As you can see, it looks like I'm in the kitchen, right? Yeah, I'm using my kitchen right now. This is not where I usually do lessons from, but I don't have heat in my studio. And so I am using my kitchen for the winter months. Right, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for stopping by. For all my subscribers and regular viewers, thank you guys so much for being here and for supporting my endeavor. Right, you're supporting a girl's dream to be able to teach and to reach as many as possible with whatever I can reach you with, right, in terms of design, decor, simple sewing for your home, DIY, because it's so expensive to do everything these days, right? And so in today's lesson, we will have some fun by just using simple surface tucks with flat stitching to make design on a piece of fabric to create a pillow. The pillow will have a zipper. Right now I also have a couple buttons here which I will be using, and you will see what I do with them soon. Now I have an insert here which is just about 16 by 16. I made this insert and I am using a piece of remnant fabric. So I have gone ahead and I have cut two panels of fabric. They are both 17 inches by 17 inches. So what I am going to do right now is work with a panel at a time. Remember, now I said we are going to use tucks to make patterns on the pillow. So the first thing I'm going to do is just fold the one panel in a triangle, and I am going to put in a couple pins just so it doesn't shift. Now I like to say that pressing is one of the best thing to do when you are stitching, because it gives you that crease in the fabric that is so much easier to work with. In this one, I'm not going to be using an iron, right? I'm just going to go ahead and stick in a couple pins and we're going to just freelance, right? So now that I have put in the pins, what I'm going to do is take this to the sewing machine, and I am going to go ahead and use a simple flat stitch just to stitch across this area, and I am going to be stitching just about 1/8 from the edge here inwards. An 1/8 of an inch. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, and notice that I am folding the wrong sides together, right? Now, I am going in the opposite direction. I'm going to stick my pins in. And I'm going to stitch along here. Now we could go further and we could actually fold the fabric in half just like so and keep stitching here. We could also go further and fold the fabric and keep stitching here, but because I'm working with a piece of remnant fabric and it's not very big already, I don't want to do any more stitching, because if I do any more stitching on this, what's going to happen is that the panel is going to keep getting smaller and smaller, and we don't want that, right? So we started off small, and so it has limited the stitching, but I can always do another video and show you different patterns that you can use. Simple tucks. These are tucks on the surface of the fabric. Now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Now you could just do the face of the fabric so that you have a distinction between the back and the front of the cushion. But then again, you may want to flip your cushion around and you want to have the same pattern on the other side. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same stitching on this panel. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on time lapse since we know what I am doing, just so that we can speed it up and get to the other step. Okay, so now I have my two panels with a lovely pattern on it. What I'm going to do is I am going to take a needle and thread, and I am going to, it's just not the thread. I'm going to take my buttons and lovely button, I'm going to put my button right in the middle here, and I am going to go ahead and stitch the button in the center. Now I'm using a button that stitches from underneath. You can always use a button that you see the thread, but I just like it better when I don't see the thread. So I'm using a button that you stitch under. I'll just put it on time lapse so I can finish it up and show you how it looks. Go. Now that we have done our tucks and we have our buttons on, I'm going to put right sides together. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to turn them in the same direction. And then I am going to put the zipper in. Now I do have a video on the channel that shows you how to insert a zipper. I will link that video for you so you can check it out. So I'm just going to do the time lapse and go ahead and finish up inserting the zipper. I am gonna open the zipper and I'm gonna go ahead and stitch off the corners. Now what I want to do is I'm gonna stitch from the top to the bottom here, and then I'm gonna stitch from the top to the bottom, and then I go across. Now, as you saw, my friends, this is a tight squeeze, right? This pillowcase would be better for a 15 by 15 or even a 14 by 14 inches pillow. However, I was just working with piece of fabric remnant and the form or the insert that I had, right? Now, I would suggest that if you are doing a pillow that's 14 by 14, whatever pillow you are doing, I would add at least an extra 4 inches. Okay, so if you're doing a pillow like for a case for 18 by 18, I would cut the panel 22 by 22, right? If you're doing a 16 by 16, I would cut the panel 20 by 20, just so you have enough room to do all your tucks, right? And you just gotta play with it, because if you're gonna do more tucks, I think I'm gonna do one that I do more tucks and show you another idea that I am thinking of. But yeah, as I said, whatever insert you're using, add at least 4 inches to your panel before you start tucking. Okay, thank you so much for being here, my friends. I hope you are having a wonderful Christmas season, and I am wishing you all the best for the new year 2025. Please, guys, go ahead and check out my membership. That's another way of supporting my channel, by joining our membership. Membership is $1.99, and there are some perks there that you can check out that you will be getting as a member. Again, thank you so much for subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. I will see you in the next video. Happy New Year 2025!